Thank you, Senator. I want to apologize to Senator Hirono. I recognize Senator Booker, and she was next in line. I hope she will forgive me.
I forgive you.
Thaned you. Now I recognize.
Well, if you're asking for forgiveness, I was supposed to read something into the record just to ask Senator Hirono. The NAACP Legal Defense Fund asks that we enter their report into the record. May I do that?
Go ahead.
I would like to ask for that to be entered into the record.
Without objection.
Thank you very
You're
much.
not patient. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Captain Thomas, Noble's support for Judge Jackson is a powerful counter to the foundless charge that Judge Jackson is soft on crime. I thank all of you for being here. Congresswoman Beatty, we all know that Judge Jackson is eminently qualified. Her character, her integrity, her humanity, her kindness, her fairness, her leadership, these were qualities that were apparent from a really young age. And I thank Mr. Rosenthal for telling us about what she was as a young girl. It's an incredible story, and I really enjoyed listening to you. Congresswoman Beatty, as you listened to Judge Jackson yesterday, especially when she talked about her experience at Harvard and the need for perseverance, I was going to ask you whether you could relate to that, but clearly you could, and so could I. Do you think the message of perseverance is a powerful message, especially to Black women and girls in this country?
First of all, let me just say not only thank you for the question, but thank you for your service and what you represent. I think it is an extremely powerful and needed message that we send out to little girls, all little girls, but specifically those who are of color. And I think what you saw yesterday builds for our children, grandchildren, and those yet unborn, because even today, we are fighting for things that we were fighting for in 1963, 64, 65, and 68. So today could not only be landmark as we do this, it could propel us for the future that every little girl will then believe that she can soar.
And believe me, as an immigrant poor kid, I can relate. It was a very touching moment yesterday.
Let me just quickly say this, because we talk about the rule of law. I think you also have to look at judicial temperament. Mm-hmm. And what you saw yesterday, beyond her talking about her early childhood, was her response to the tough questions, maybe I think some unfair questions. You saw judicial temperament.
Exactly. Thank you. Dean Goldboff, we know that many of the Supreme Court decisions are unanimous or pretty close to that, but then we're seeing more and more 5-4 or 6-3 decisions. And as I said, we have a very, in my view, an ideologically divided court. And you were asked earlier what the impact of these kinds of split decisions, especially in areas of voting rights, LGBTQ plus rights, abortion rights, workers' rights, union rights. These are the most consequential kind of cases where we can expect more split decisions. Judge Jackson was asked repeatedly about her judicial philosophy, and she does have one. It has to do with her methodology. I wanted to ask you, do you think all of our justices should view themselves as originalists?
I think every justice has to read the Constitution as they think they should. I think they have to be committed to the Constitution and committed to the judicial role in the constitutional scheme. But I do not personally think that everyone has to have the same approach to the Constitution.
I agree with you, because as an example of an originalist, if we were to follow Justice Scalia's view of originalism, we would not have same-sex marriage in our country, because the Obergefell case would have been decided very differently under Justice Scalia's view of originalism. And in fact, Justices Thomas and Alito, also originalists, and in their view, they've already signaled that they would like to revisit Obergefell. I think the LGBTQ plus community is very, very concerned about that. For Mr. Henderson, thank you very much also for being here. You represent an organization deeply committed to protecting the rights and civil liberties of all Americans. What would you tell Americans who want to know if a future Justice Jackson will stand up for them and protect their rights?
Thank you for the thank you for the question, Senator. Let me say I begin first with Judge Jackson's preparation for the role that she hopefully is about to assume, and you've heard both in the days that she testified and again today how exemplary her credentials are, how she has prepared herself in a way that was really destined for this moment. She has the embodiment of fairness and judicial temperament. She brings a level of excellence and preparation unparalleled in the appointment of Supreme Court justices. There is a deep sense of commitment to fairness that she exudes, both in her writings as a judge, but also in her daily interactions, both on and off the court. There is a fundamental sense of inherent fairness that she certainly embodies. And I think all Americans and persons who are not American citizens but are in this country are guaranteed that she will approach the Constitution with fairness and will approach the individual circumstances of the cases before her. I think that's all we could possibly ask a justice to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.